Welcome back, class. If you're at this video, that means you've mastered finding volume of rectangular prisms. We are now going to look at finding the volume of irregular prisms. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to find the volume of irregular prisms by calculating the volume of two rectangular prisms. So we've previously learned that when we're looking at 3D shapes and it's a rectangular prism, that you can find the volume of rectangular prisms by using the formula of volume equals length times width times height, or volume equals the area of the base times the height. And if you notice, the height here is what we had learned, because we went from two-dimensional shapes that were just length and width, and now we've added this third dimension, I'm sorry. And we learned that to calculate volume, all you have to do is multiply those three dimensions together. However, today we are going to be looking at a shape that might look like this one. And you might be looking at this saying, wow, that looks very complicated, and I wonder if I'd be able to find the volume of this shape. And the good news is that it's actually very easy. So in order to calculate the volume of an irregular prism, if you take a look at this, now this one's nice because it's separated into two different colors, but if you notice, there's a green and a blue part. And if you look at those, they're actually both shaped as rectangular prisms. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the volume of each rectangular prism, then we'll add them together at the end. So for example, if we look at the blue one has all three dimensions present. It has 16 feet, 8 feet, and 5 feet. So it has all three of its dimensions. So I usually like to start with the one that's easier to solve for. So the volume of the blue prism would be 16 for the length times 8 for the width and 5 for the height. So 16 times 8 is 128, times 5 would give you 640 feet cubed. Now this is just the volume of the blue prism. We still need to find the volume of the green prism. So if we look at the green prism, we actually only have two dimensions that we can see right now. We have 10 and we have 9. But if you look carefully, you should notice that the 8 feet here for the width is also the same as the 8 feet here. They share the same width. So we actually do know the width, and we're going to say that the width is 8 feet. So we're going to then get 9 times 8 times 10. And 9 times 8 is going to give you 72, and then 72 times 10 is 720 feet cubed. So we have the volume of the blue prism, and we have the volume of the green prism. So what we are going to do is we are now going to add the volume of the blue prism and the volume of the green prism, which we are then going to get 640 plus 720 gives us 1,360 feet cubed, and that would be our final answer. So although it's a lot of work, or a lot of steps, I should say, it's actually very easy. You're just breaking it apart into two separate rectangular prisms that are easier to calculate and then adding them together at the end. So let's take a look at another example. So we have calculating the volume of this irregular prism. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to try using what you just learned and see if you can calculate the volume of this prism. Okay, so if you did this correctly, the easier one where you can see all three of the dimensions very easily is the smaller red rectangular prism. And what you would have gotten is we have 4 times 5 times 3, and 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60 centimeters cubed. And the blue rectangular prism actually shares two dimensions with the red rectangular prism. So the volume of the blue prism, we have 6, which is 6 centimeters, which is the length. And then if you look over here, the 5 centimeters is being shared with the red prism, and it's going to be the width of the blue rectangular prism. And also, if you take a look at the height, the 3 centimeters for the red prism, it is also the height of the blue rectangular prism. So we have 3 centimeters here. So if we were to multiply those, 6 times 5 is 30, 30 times 3 is 90, and we get 90 centimeters cubed. And then hopefully you remember the last step, which is to take the red and the blue and add them together. So 90 plus 60 would have given us 540 centimeters cubed, and that would be our final answer for this one. Let's take a look at one more. So again, I'd like you to pause the video and try to find the volume of this irregular prism. Okay, so if, again, you did it correctly, we have the volume of the red prism, which is the one that's easier to find because all 3 dimensions are already there. So we have 20 times 8, that's your length and your width, times 6, which is going to be your height. So 20 times 8 is 160, and 160 times 6 is 960 meters cubed. And the volume of the purple prism, hopefully you noticed that the 20 for your length of the red one is also length of the purple one as well. So you would have gotten 20 times 9 times 19. 20 times 9 is 180, times 19 is 3,420 meters cubed. So again, to find the volume of the entire prism, you would take the red volume and add it with the purple volume. So 960 plus 3,420 would have given you 4,380 meters cubed. And again, that would be your final answer. So hopefully you now know how to find the volume of irregular prisms by watching my short tutorial. And it's time now to go practice some activities and games, and you can access this at the following website. So please head on over there, and once you feel comfortable, there will be a quiz at the end that encompasses all of regular volume and finding volume of irregular prisms. So check back if you need some extra help, but try to do it on your own and have fun. Thank you.